Now let us find the Nyquist rate of following these six signals here. First it is sine 200 pi t. Here the Nyquist rate I am taking as NR. It should be 2 FM. Here FM is the highest frequency of the given signal. First signal sine 200 pi t. Let us take here. So here signal is sine 200 pi t. So if you compare with the standard sine signal, here omega we are getting that 200 pi. That means frequency here it is 100. So we are getting that highest frequency of the given signal here 100 Hz. So that the Nyquist rate of this signal twice that of highest frequency, that is 200 Hz. Similarly, let us find the Nyquist rate of the second signal sine square 200 pi t here. So the sine square 200 pi t, first we can convert into 1/2 plus 1/2, it is 1/2 minus 1/2 cos 2 theta form, so that cos 400 pi t. So we have two terms here. In the first term it is a DC signal, that means frequency is 0 for DC signal, and second signal we have omega is equal to, in this case, 400 pi, so that the frequency it is 200 Hz. So we have different frequencies in a given signal, means we have to select the highest frequency of all available frequency components in the given signal, so that we have 200 Hz is the highest frequency component FM for this signal, and hence the Nyquist rate of this signal should be twice that of FM. We have 400 Hz is the Nyquist rate for the second signal, and for the third signal sinc 200T. To find the sinc function Nyquist rate, if we know the frequency domain representation of this signal, we can find the highest frequency component from its frequency domain representation, and then by doubling that highest frequency component we can find the Nyquist rate. So first let us recall the Fourier transform of this sinc function here. So we know that rectangular function, Fourier transform is a sinc function like this. It is tau sinc f tau. By applying duality property, we have the sinc function Fourier transform, that is tau sinc t tau. Fourier transform should be this function coming this side, rectangular function of f by tau. Here minus f by tau from the duality property, since rectangular function is a symmetric function, we are taking as plus. So this is the Fourier transform of the sinc function. So what we are getting here means sinc of t tau. The Fourier transform we can take it as 1 by tau rectangular of f by tau, or simply a rectangular function in the frequency domain with highest frequency component here FM is equal to, observe here in sinc function t is multiplied with some constant tau. This tau should be the width of this function in the frequency domain, and since it is symmetric function here FM is tau by 2. So whatever we are getting the multiplicand for the sinc function here, that constant divided by 2 we can take it as highest frequency component of that sinc function. So from that, if we consider this function sinc 200t here, so sinc 200t, the Fourier transform should be having the highest frequency component. Observe that here 200 is there, this should be the width of the function, and hence this 100 should be the highest frequency component available in this sinc function, and we can take the Nyquist rate, that is equal to 2FM is 200 Hz. We can observe here in the sinc function, whatever the constant multiplied for t, that is nothing but the Nyquist rate for that signal. Similarly, we can find sinc square 200t here, and here we can observe one point. Sinc function, the fourth signal we are considering here, two functions are multiplied, we can take sinc square function, that means sinc 200t multiplied with sinc 200t, that is what sinc square 200t. So since two functions multiplied in time domain, the corresponding frequency domain functions should be performed convolution in the frequency domain. Fine. So the Fourier transform of this function should be convolution of corresponding rectangular functions. So here 200 width for both. That means you can take 100 here, highest frequency component, and whenever convolution of two rectangular functions is performed, we will get a triangular function if both are of equal width. If different width rectangular functions are convolved, we will get a trapezoidal function. If same width rectangular functions are convolved, we will get a triangular function with the highest frequency component Fm, which is equal to sum of highest frequency components of individual frequency components here. Observe here, Fm is equal to 2 times R. Here you can take F1 plus F2, where F1, F2 are the highest frequency components of individual signals. In this case, of course, both are same. Any convolution of two spectrums, you can observe one point. After convolution of two signals, we will get the highest frequency component, which is equal to sum of the individual highest frequency components of those signals. So from that, here we are getting the highest frequency of this signal, F1 plus F2, that is 100 plus 100, we are getting 200 Hz, is the highest frequency component of this sinc square function. If we take this one x of t, observe in x of f, we are having the highest frequency component 200 Hz, and then Nyquist rate twice that of 200 Hz. 400 Hz is the Nyquist rate of sinc square function 200t. In the similar way, we can observe here sinc 200 multiplied with sinc 400. So we can do the same process here for the fifth function. Corresponding two rectangular functions are convolved here. First function 200 width, second function 400 width. That means here highest frequency component F1 100, here highest frequency component F2 200. Then the highest frequency component of the total signal, that is sum of these two signals, these two frequency components, that is 100 plus 200. 300 Hz is the highest frequency component of this fifth signal, and obviously the Nyquist rate, we are getting twice that of 300. 600 Hz is the Nyquist rate of fifth signal, and in the same way we can do sixth signal. It is convolution in time domain this time. The convolution in time domain resulting into multiplication in the frequency domain. So the corresponding rectangular functions here, if this is first function, frequency domain function of this sinc 200t, similarly sinc 400t rectangular function, we are having minus 200 to plus 200 rectangular function. Then these two convolution in time domain means these two should be performed ordinary multiplication in the frequency domain. Then we will get the non-zero part of this signal only over the interval minus 100 to plus 100. Observe, the product of these two signals should have the highest frequency component 100. So if Fm is 100 here, the corresponding Nyquist rate, we can take it as 200 Hz. We can observe the Nyquist rate of sinc function convolution with the other sinc function. You can observe the least constant which is multiplied to t will become the Nyquist rate here. If you convolution of one sinc function with the other sinc function, if you consider out of those two signals, which signal having least constant value of multiplicand, that least constant is nothing but the Nyquist rate of that particular x of t signal. We can observe like that.